Starting up with the book, The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. So this book is written by Stephen Bartlett, who is, I think, marketing agency specialist, worked with so many creators, and that's what he says in his forwards. I have no idea who this person is, but he claims to be a really great one. Now, that's not what we care about. We care about the content that people actually teach us in here. It's about the 33 laws of business and life. He claims to have strategies, but strategies change over the time, and you have to adapt it as new era comes in. Right now, we are in an AI bubble, where AI bubble is soon going to burst out. But the difference stands where you have to learn and understand the basics of building and getting to these strategies. So as it goes, the first chapter. So where it starts from, he says what he is and what he's about, and then talks about the four pillars of greatness: the self, the story, the philosophy, the team. He says the self, like first, the self is comes down to understanding what you are, understand yourself, learn who you are, work with who you are, and get a better understanding of how that works. The story. Story is the biggest thing that sets you apart from the whole world. Like the big proverb that comes, you have to be odd to be number one. Now, everyone have almost particularly a similar story, particularly similar way how their life goes, and that's really what no one understands. And by the time you understand, you're literally the age of your fathers, and that's what I have realized so far. Like everyone goes through similar experiences, like reading, writing, getting mastery over certain aspects of reading to gain to reach certain pinnacle of your life. The story, everything that stands in your way is human, right? So the story, what it actually means is you have to put yourself out there, like the way I'm doing. I'm explaining what I'm doing on the video, on the screen, why you're supposed to be looking at me. If you don't, it does not really matter. It's for me and for you to understand who you are. So the story. Story actually defines and tells the world who you are and why you should be investing in me. The philosophy. The third pillar is the philosophy. The philosophy is what actually puts you out there. Like what I mean to say is, examples, Harvey Specter from the series Suits. If you have not seen, I would recommend you guys watching the series. It's actually a really good one and has a lot of things to learn for day-to-day life. It's mainly about manipulation, but that's what really matters nowadays. If you are set to go out and become an entrepreneur. So what that it says that he runs by philosophy. The most famous philosophy that almost everyone must have heard of is the trust is a two-way thing. If I ask for it, then I give it to you. It's something like that. Trust or something. But you get the point what I'm saying, right? The team. The fourth pillar is the team. What it says is the people around you, your friends or your workmates, your people, are the what defines you who you are, how you are going to build. And there is this very famous thing I saw. 1 plus 1 is usually equal to 2, but with the right people, 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. The load balancer, the way everything works out. Now, as we talked about these four pillars, we move towards the pillar one, the self. That is, well, I'll be explaining you in more detail. So, Stephen Bartlett talks about law one, the self, with the help of 5 buckets. That is, what you know, what you can do, what you know, who you know, what you have, what the world thinks of you. So basically knowledge, skills, network, resources, and reputation. Right? So two biggest pillars of your life is what you know and what you can do, the knowledge and the skills. That really puts you out there. This is something that life cannot take away from you. Even if your network is taken, your resources, that's your money, anything, your people is taken away, even if reputation is snatched out of you. Let's say I'm CEO and tomorrow something happens, and because of that, it threatens my reputation. Back to being a single class, third class worker, that's back to the ground zero. But what I have is my skills and my knowledge. They are never taken away. It was Here it is demonstrated with a very small example about someone working with Stephen Bartlett. There is this guy who used to work in a junior role and he was offered some CEO role, which is really interesting considering a junior to CEO is a huge jump. Now, the company he was offered to was actually real and he got to work with them. What went down is the guy, the company somehow came down. I mean, the huge bubble broke of the company. And this new junior guy who was there as a CEO now was down, doesn't have a job remaining, he's not a CEO anymore, and now has he spent time doing things that he was not supposed to do or was supposed to build it through the hard work. He was back to ground zero and had to start from even earlier projects. So he says, like, first you have to build your knowledge and your skill set, even if the pay is low. You have to climb stairs one by one so that you become credible enough to build your network, your resource, and reputation. So your knowledge and skills comes up first and must be maintained really well. So it basically comes down to this forward saying, those who hold the goal have riches for a moment, those who hold knowledge and skills have riches for a lifetime. True prosperity is what you know and what you can do. Law number 2, that is law 2, to master it, you must create an obligation to teach it. This is literally why I'm starting to teach everyone, why I am out there putting my knowledge or putting myself out. This is also a part of the story creation, the narration, and the way I put myself out. So the thing to master it, you must create an obligation to teach it. What it really means is, first you learn. There is this very important thing that say, if you want to learn something, read about it. If you want to understand something, write it. If you want to master something, teach it. Now I will explain this in terms of junior developer or a junior person who's learning how to do DSA. First of all, you have to read through the documentation because you don't know anything. That's how you learn. Now to understand, there is like huge complex codes that you don't really understand and how they are actually coupling and working together. So to make them work, you write it down. You understand the whole code line, where it's going, where it's mapping. Use an example to understand it. That's how you first learn, then understand. Now to gain a mastery, you use those concepts and teach it to one of your friends. That's how you master it. So this is what it really is. And then that comes down to the Feynman technique. When you're teaching something to someone, it should be so simple that even a school kid can actually understand it. If a school or freshman can't really understand your topic or thing you actually proposed there, then it was never understood in the first place. Being able to simplify an idea and successfully share it with others is both part of understanding it and the proof that you do. Another way to mask our lack of understanding of any idea is by using more words, bigger words, and unnecessary words. So, what it boils down is having a clarity, small talk, and explaining it in a one-line sentence is what makes you master of a topic. And to gain that, you have to understand each and every concept to it very well. Or you will be using thousands of jargon words, making it here, relating it here and there, and still not understanding what it actually meant. This is what it actually means. So step 1, learn. Teach it to a child, share it, and review. This is the two topics that I've read today, and I will be doing this every day. Read two different chapters of the book in student center while having my small snack. Maybe it could be a Maggie, could be cookie, or it could be anything. Thank you for bearing with me. And if you like my video, please go and put a comment on how I can make my videos better for more understanding and anything. Thank you so much.